Hello, my name is Munir Ajam, and I'm the CEO of Uruk Project Management. Today we're going to start a long series of many short videos about organizational project management. And the idea here is we will discuss organizational project management from different angles. So let me clarify first, okay, why OPM? If we work in organizations and we want to have consistency of the way we manage project, program, or portfolio, we need to establish an organizational project management system. This is another way of saying institutional project management, basically to make project management as a formal function within the organization that address all the area and aspect of managing project, programs, and portfolio. So it's very important as organization, whether they are non-for-profit, government, or private companies, to establish organizational project management. Obviously, if an organization want to work on one project every once in a long while, no need for that. But if an organization deliver value through projects, and they will be working on numerous projects for numerous years to come, then it's very important to establish organizational project management system. So why OPM? Because it helped the organization establish the policies, the guidelines, the procedures, the governance to manage projects in a consistent manner as much as possible. So some people would ask, okay, what is OPM? So we talked about the why. Now, what is an OPM? OPM is basically, or sometimes we don't even use the word, the letter O or the word O, organizational project management. We just talk about project management. If we're talking about project management in the generic sense of the word for an organization, in other words, we are talking about organizational project management. So sometimes, depend on the context, OPM and PM could be synonyms. So idea of organizational project management is that it includes many things. It starts with the highest level, maybe with strategic alignment, and then I will do a breakdown in a second. But also include the managing the portfolio, the program, and the project of organization, including the procedures, the policies, the guideline that might exist within the organization to manage project. So when we talk about OPM, before I go into the breakdown of what we think the OPM should be, is that we need to talk about what is the difference between PMO and OPM. Obviously, we share the same letter. We just scramble them around. PMO usually stands for Project Management Office or Program Management Office, sometimes Portfolio Management Office. The terminology might be different from one organization to another. However, in general, a PMO is typically an organizational unit established within a company to manage, ideally, to manage the project management function. So it's like a finance department would manage financial issues, an HR department manage HR. PMO, in theory, or at least in our perspective, ideally, it should be PMD, Project Management Department, not an office, but let's not get into the idea here in the debate between an office and a department. Ideally, a PMO, again, should be managing the project management function. So it should be establishing the policies, the guidelines, the procedures, and everything else related to managing the whole portfolio of an organization, including the program and project. However, unfortunately, that's a theory. In practice, PMOs often could be diluted in value because they could be limited to a person. They might be more like a project management officer, or it could be a police department, basically chasing the project manager to submit reports on time. It might provide some guidance on PMO, or it could be highly sophisticated, involved in managing all the area of project management within the organization, including managing project. So a PMO could be as an organizational unit. Ideally, that PMO should build and sustain the organizational project management system within companies. Ideally, that's the theory. However, Very few organizations follow that practice where a PMO or a PM department actually own the organizational project management system, build it, maintain it, sustain it for as long as that organization exists. So PMO is an organizational unit, that means it has staff, whereas an OPM is more of system, policies, procedures, guideline. So that's the main difference between the two. So we established and we answered why OPM and what's the difference between PMO and OPM and what is an OPM. In our view, an OPM should include, if we talk about organizational project management, focus on 4 areas. One area I like to call the strategic aspect. Then we might have portfolio management. Then we might have program management and project management. And this is basically the focus on managing a single project within the organization. So these are the 4 major areas where we divide what we think of organizational project management should be focusing on. Obviously, underneath each one of these, there could be many things that we can talk about, but we will leave those for future videos. The intent with this video, as a starting video, is to introduce the concept of OPM, introduce the concept of a series of multiple short videos that we will be doing. And again, we will start focusing on each of these areas, but we're going to start with project management. And that will be the area where we focus on in the next topic about the pillars of project management. Thank you.